Our next award is for exceptional achievement in photography. And this award's kindly sponsored by Grays of Westminster. And I wonder if Gray Levitt would like to come to the stage to help me to present this award. In his long, varied and active career, John Hedgecoe has had a huge influence on both amateur and professional photographers around the world. In different phases of his working life, he has been a successful professional photographer, a respected academic, and a best-selling author. Born in 1937, Hedgecoe studied photography at Guildford School of Art before becoming a staff photographer on Queen magazine in 1957. He later freelanced for a number of other publications, including the Sunday Times and Observer magazines. This work included photographing many famous artists and writers, including Francis Bacon, Ted Hughes, Agatha Christie, John Betjeman, and Henry Moore. In 1966, he was invited to photograph the Queen. The resulting portrait was used as the basis for a plaster relief, which Hedgecoe then rephotographed. This image, still used to this day on postage stamps, has become the world's most reproduced photograph. It has been printed over 200 billion times. And a new phase in Hedgecoe's career had begun in 1965 when he founded Britain's first higher education photography course at the Royal College of Art. He went on to become the first professor of photography at the college, a post he held until his retirement in 1994. However, Hedgecoe is best known as a prolific author of photography manuals. In 1976, he published The Book of Photography, followed a year later by The Handbook of Photographic Techniques. These two books reinvented the photography manual and became a publishing phenomenon. Between them, they sold over 3 million copies. Hedgecoe went on to publish over 30 titles, and his books have been translated into 37 different languages. He has sold over 9 million copies and is recognized as the world's best-selling author of photography technique books. In an interview with AP in 2009, Hedgecoe said he had no regrets about not being more recognized as a famous photographer in his own right. "I've enjoyed the variety of things I've done," he said. "Looking back, I'm very happy that so many people have liked and enjoyed my books, and hopefully learned to do something they hadn't done before." Now, Hedgecoe has a lot to answer for. With his darkroom books, the world's enthusiasts learnt the horrors of what was effectively wet Photoshop. Heads were routinely removed, devil-horned goats took to the skies, and every colour of the rainbow might suddenly overlay the most ordinary solarised naked lady. I became a great fan at an early age, not just of solarised naked ladies, but of all the exciting things Hedgecoe showed me I could do with my camera. On one hand, he explained in the clearest details the issues I didn't understand and hadn't quite grasped. On the other, he showed me the pictures I knew I couldn't recreate, but which gave me something to aim for. Between AP and a library filled with Hedgecoe books, I was able to skip 2 years of college and start the disastrous career path that has led me here, without having to endure another 24 months of student life. Ladies and gentlemen, John Hedgecoe is a great personal hero of mine, as he is of the vast number of our readers. It's a terrible shame that he can't be with us here today, but it gives me great pleasure to invite his son, Sebastian, to the stage to collect the Amateur Photographer Exceptional Achievement Award 2010 on his father's behalf.
I'm sorry my father's not here, but he asked me to say a few words. And what you didn't mention in that short biog was that when he was a student in the 50s at Guildford, I believe, he sold his first series of photographs to Amateur Photographer, and then subsequently when he was at the Royal College of Art and set up the department there, a lot of his students sold photographs to Amateur Photographer. And he, in particular, asked me to thank Amateur Photographer magazine, which is this long-running, historic magazine, because we all know so many magazines don't last long. To thank them for all their support and inspiration they've given all photographers, and long may that continue. And I know this means a lot to him, and I'd just like to say thank you very much on his behalf for this award. Thank you very much.